the Historical Administrator for the city, and I want to take you through City Hall, which is currently undergoing restoration. The building was originally built right at the turn of the century and has had a number of restorations over the years, and our current one is caused by damage due to Katrina, but we also took the opportunity to go ahead and make some improvements in lighting and floor coverings and things like that to make the office a nicer place for the citizens and an easier workplace. So let's go inside and check out what we're doing. When a visitor comes into City Hall, immediately they're going to notice a difference. You've got a new paint scheme throughout the building, plus we've also refinished the original marble floors that completely cover the first floor of City Hall and go up to the main stairwell. And new light fixtures, more energy efficient, plus they're more decorative and really do better fit the period of the building. You'll also notice when you come in, this new paint color also helps to highlight the architectural details of the building. The crown molding and the wainscoting really did not stand out like they should have. Now with the contrast in colors, which is much more significant than the original gray tones that were in here before Katrina, really make all of those elements pop.
Now this on the floor, this is just temporary?
This is temporary to protect the floor as we move back in the building, which will actually be taking place before the end of June, where everybody should be back in City Hall.
These floors look a lot shinier.
We actually came up with a new finish. They've got a gloss finish on them. People were concerned about it being slippery because it is glossy, but it's not. This actually has a higher coefficient of friction, is what the marble people are telling me, than what we had on the floor before. And it really, when the sunlight hits these floors, they are absolutely gorgeous.
Now, what do you call this color scheme? Do you know the name of it, or it's
I don't know
kind of an aqua?
It's more of it's blue, but definitely has a green tint to it. Gives it that aqua feel.
And these light fixtures are huge.
Oh, they are huge, and they're all energy efficient fluorescent. You don't realize they're fluorescent, so you're getting down lighting, plus you're getting up lighting that's going to reflect off the ceiling and give you a much better quality of light than the fixtures we had in here.
Tell me about the windows.
Actually, the windows went through a complete restoration. They came in, got all the paint off of them, refinished them, reglazed them, so now we'll get a better seal on them, but also everything's back in place where it's supposed to be. Now this window right here was significantly damaged by termites over the years. All the termites were dead, but the damage was still there. They were able to go in there and recreate all of the molding that had to be replaced because of termite damage, and you cannot tell where the original ends and the new molding begins. They did such a great job.
Super.
Why don't we go upstairs and check out the council chamber?
Once again, stairs, new marble, or excuse me, refinished marble?
Refinished marble, new skid treads on them. You got that same color scheme comes up through the second floor. And when you get to the second floor, immediately, well, it's going to be a little hard to tell today because we do have the floor protected. We did not put the carpet back on the second floor through the public areas. We went ahead and refinished the original hardwood floors that were under the carpet. So now, while there were selected areas that had hardwood before that weren't carpeted, now the entire second floor, with the exception of a work area, is the original hardwood floors. And we couldn't have been happy with the way they turned out. And they did have to take some restoration over the years because, they were always had been intended to be covered since the 80s. At least the 80s, before then probably, pieces had been cut out for electrical work. So all of that had to be redone, new pieces had to be fitted in, and you really can't tell where they actually did the patch. They did such a good job.
Will there be, obviously there are going to be chairs in this for
There's the chairs in here, but also because of sound, we don't want to have that problem with the reflection of sound. We're having an area rug made that will cover a good portion of this room, so that when there is a meeting, that rug will be down, the chairs will be on it, so that it will it'll help absorb the sound. But if we have a function up here, we can roll the rug up, open the floor up, and you don't have to worry about spilling drinks or anything that was going to ruin the carpet.
What about the drapes?
The drapes are actually the ones that were put up, I guess about 10 years ago.
10?
Yeah, it's been about 10 years. We had them cleaned and put back up, and they really work well with the new color scheme. And this color scheme, this color, it's just it's a richer color than it was in here before. I think, you know, we always had this room as blue, and it still is blue, but it's just a little more updated color that really is sympathetic to the history of the building.
So, what's the schedule?
City Hall, they start moving back in on the 21st of June, and I'm hoping by the 1st of July I have everybody back in this building. Council may be a few more weeks after that before they actually start meeting here again, because the rug, it's a special order item, and they actually have to manufacture it, and it's not scheduled to be manufactured at the plant until the end of July.
But as far as the overall schedule, this thing's running,
Oh, we're running way ahead of schedule.
What, 2
Originally,
months?
it was going to be towards the end of August, and we've had a couple of change orders that should have added some days, but they're still way ahead of that. So we're
federally funded project, how much money?
about $850,000.
And it was all federally?
It was federal, city funds, and insurance funds.
Okay. Then the most striking thing you think will be the hardwood floors, or the color, or everything?
I think it's a combination of everything, but I think when people come on the second floor and see these hardwood floors and how gorgeous they are and how well that the restoration came out, I could not have been happier with the decision the mayor made to go ahead and refinish these floors.
Okay. Speaking of the mayor, you want to go by and see his office?
Yeah,
or?
let's go by.
So the hallways, you still got hardwood, huh?
The hallways, the hardwood. Now, in this, let's just look in this area real quick since we're right here. This work area, we went ahead and carpeted again, which works better in a work area because it is going to absorb the sound. But one of the things we did was we put in carpet tiles. These are 24-inch carpet tiles. So if you do spill something on the floor, you spill ink, you spill something that's going to ruin the carpet, you take out one 24-inch tile, put a new one in, and you never know it.
Super. New lighting?
Yeah, it's all new lighting. It's all energy efficient lighting. Before we had these box lights that were all indirect lighting, which was great for the atmosphere because the light fixtures disappeared. Unfortunately, it did not give a good quality of light for the people that actually had to work in here. This actually gives you the indirect light to soften the look, but it also gives you some direct light that makes it easier to work.
Okay.
Now let's check out the mayor's office.
Super job.
We've got these same light fixtures throughout the building. I tried to simplify it, so we use this light fixture in different sizes throughout the building. And the new color scheme. This is a little bit darker than what you saw downstairs, a little more green, but it's still basically a blue color with beige. And
What do you call this blue? Is this
by using the
teal or?
by using the combination of colors, it really does help to pull out the architectural details. By changing that color up, if I put it all one color, a lot of this would disappear.
This, of course, is Director of Administration David Staling. What do you think about the way City Hall looks?
It's breathtaking. It's absolutely beautiful.
This, of course, is
This building has so much character and so much historical value. I never thought it would look this good. I've never seen it look this good. This is absolutely magnificent.
So it's wrapping up.
It's wrapping up. Really, the only thing left at this point is we're doing some ADA modifications to the first floor bathrooms. Once those are done, we'll do that back service area, and they'll be completely finished. The contractors will be out of here, I would say, in the next 3 weeks.
This building, I would think, is the crown jewel of all the city's properties.
Oh, it is. Well, you know, in my opinion, it's probably one of the crown jewels in the whole state historic architecture, inventory of historic architecture. It is one of the most beautiful buildings in the state. And to bring it back into this level after Katrina and after everything else happened to the Feathers, I think it's really going to be a shot in the arm for